That's right, Rochelle. I'm here at Chase Center, which is the new home of the Golden State Warriors. I had planned to cover the Golden State Warriors playing against the Brooklyn Nets in a game that was going to make history as the first NBA game to be played before no spectators at all in the audience. But even that changed after Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz tested positive for COVID-19. The NBA decided to suspend all games for all teams. It became the first major U.S. sports league to suspend its entire season, leading to a re-examination by all major sports in America. The suspension of all NBA games caught teams by surprise, but most understood and supported the decision.
This is people's lives at stake. This isn't about basketball. This isn't about the Mavericks. This isn't about, when do we start or do we start or how do we start. This is a pandemic, a global pandemic where people's lives are at stake.
This is new. No, but I think it's a great decision by the NBA. I think they know what they're doing. I think it's better to be careful, do it now rather than do it later. So
the NBA's decision started the ball rolling on a host of cancellations in U.S. sports. The National Hockey League, Major League Soccer, and ATP Tennis suspended all competition. Major League Baseball also delayed the start of the season by 4 weeks. University Conference postseason tournaments and the famous national championship known as March Madness have also been canceled.
Some universities rely on funding from sports and revenues from licensing and so on, and this drop in revenue is going to make it even harder for universities to balance their budgets in a time of rising tuition.
Chase Center, the home of the Golden State Warriors, resembled a ghost town with a musician on the steps alone. The cancellations will have a huge impact on nearby businesses, shops, restaurants, and all the contract and part-time workers who depend on the Warriors for their jobs. I'm here at the on-site Chase Center Warriors store. Hardly anyone in sight.
There are the things that you see, like the absence of people here. Nobody is in the restaurants, and obviously those firms are suffering. But then there's also the things you don't see, like the fact that those workers aren't going to go out and spend money, and that will have a ripple effect throughout the economy.
We did come across a few fans who had traveled from afar.
We're here from Australia. We've flown halfway across the world, and we were planning on coming to the game tonight, and we found out 24 hours ago that the game's been cancelled, so we were a bit disappointed, but what can you do?
This couple had tickets to the game, which were a Christmas gift.
One of the gals inside said it is not cancelled. She said definitely the word they're using now is postponed. So it will depend on what the virus is the only thing that can control it.
Fans are now left to view the sights around an empty stadium, hoping the games will return sometime this season. And just about all the major conferences, the university conferences, have canceled all athletic competitions through the academic year, and that's in all sports, like the Big Ten, Atlantic Coast Conference, and the Pac-12. Just about the only sport that seems to be continuing in some fashion is golf. The 2020 Players' Championship is continuing from Friday through Saturday, but those rounds will be played without any spectators. Rochelle.
All right, thank you so much. Mark New there for us in San Francisco.